Welcome to the Gals Guide podcast. Join us on an adventure to get to know famous and infamous women from around the world. Each of our presenters has a pick. Is she ancient history? Is she breaking news? Is she safe for work? Well, that's up to each presenter. All we know is that...
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome back. I am Leah, and I am joined by Katie and Jackie and Bonnie, and we are sharing our Courage Gal pick. So Bonnie already talked about Victoria Woodhull, and Katie talked about the Maribel sisters, and Jackie talked about the shorts of Katamugi. Is that fair? Did I say it right?
Close. Kogi.
Camogie. Yes, Camogie.
Camogie.
Yes, 100%. Way I wrote it down phonetically was dumb. I was trying to help myself, and I wasn't.
I feel like you kind of made it fancier.
I did.
Yeah, you're like,
I targeted it is what I did.
Yeah.
Targeted.
I don't know why when I will phonetically write something down, I just kind of like, what?
It's your Scandinavian ancestry.
Right. Fancy.
Yeah.
It's because I can't speak French. That's why. All right, but before we dive back in, I want to get to know something rebellious about our gal pals. So, swimsuit season is upon us, ladies. So my question is, I know, it's in full swing. Do you remember a time when you felt free, powerful, or courageous in a swimsuit? It's a loaded question. I'm aware.
Well, I suppose going off of like mine was the shorts and everything, the Camogie shorts.
Yes, thank you.
To be honest, it was probably for me when I was late teen, early 20s. My grandparents, they live up in Lake Michigan, up in St. Joe. So right on the beach, always up on the beach. But for me, it was the realization, and I suppose having the courage and just not caring anymore, that it was fine for me to wear shorts with my bikini. I can wear shorts. It's okay. I don't need to not wear shorts. I feel more comfortable in shorts. So I had this amazing pair of orange swimming trunks, shorts, and loved them. And I felt so comfortable wearing them. And so that was, from then on, it's like, I always wear shorts with my swimsuits.
See?
Because why not? Why not?
I like it. Perfect.
I would say for me, I was on swim teams when I was younger, like competition swim teams. And I don't know. I didn't feel uncomfortable then, but I didn't feel empowered either.
Yeah.
Because it was in that competitive spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't feel like super self-conscious or objectified, but I didn't feel like maybe I was the thinnest or the fastest. I still didn't feel comfortable in my skin necessarily.
That's fair.
And it really, I think, took having my son and getting into my 40s. Mm-hmm. And then finally this year, after living in Noblesville, like 16 years, we got a pass to Forest Park Pool. Mm-hmm. And one of the times I went with my husband, I wore my, I know some people find this offensive, but I love it. I call it my fat lady bikini.
It's like, two-piece that's covering, but
it doesn't have the skirt that's going to drip forever when you get out of the pool. Because I spent many years, even when I was like a high schooler, rocking the old lady skirt to try to cover my thighs. Mm-hmm. I've never been a short person because I just have giant thighs. That's not been my protection or my cover. Mm-hmm. But it had, just like the normal swimsuit bottom, but had it come up higher over your belly button and then the top and stuff. So I wore that this year, and I'm like, oh, it matches Josh's swimsuit, and it's comfy, and I wore it, and I felt really strong in it. And then I started trying to swim laps in it and realized I didn't adjust it correctly, and I think my boobies were coming out.
That happens.
Then Josh had to adjust it in the water, and then I felt powerful again because my titties were staying in.
Woo-hoo.
And so this might have been the first summer after I got my boobies tucked back in that I felt pretty good in a swimsuit.
Look at that.
Yeah. Love it.
It's like wrestling.
Yeah.
Your ownness. Yeah, exactly. I get it.
I feel like that history of the swimsuit being on a swim team was like kind of weird too, because it definitely wasn't like a feeling sexualized or objectified, but it was not feeling like good enough either. So but now I'm finally in a place of acceptance.
Look at that. I like it. Beautiful. A wonderful journey of the swimsuit.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Bonnie, what about you?
I was probably most comfortable as a kid when I definitely did not think anything about really a swimsuit.
Right. Yeah.
That was before we had, I forget what those things are called. The like 2-piece. It's really a 2-piece.
Tankinis.
Yeah.
Oh, the tankinis?
Like I hated having to get out to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
The pull down a 1-piece was the worst.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want to wear a bikini either. I don't think I've ever worn a bikini. Like I've done the 2-piece things. But like when I was a kid I didn't care. Like I cared more if I had my goggles with me.
Yeah, fair. Priorities.
And then growing up, getting into like middle school and stuff, Mom was very much like, you need a cover up. And like that was kind of weird. So I just had these cover ups I didn't use. And I was like, this is a dress. This is weird.
Right.
But no, like now I just like I have swimsuits. I try just not to think about it.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Like I went swimming for the first time last September in a long time. And I was just trying not, like, I tried on my suit before, like, when we went to pack it to see if it even still fit. Because it was, like, at least 6 years old.
And things change, and suits,
Well, I was worried that I was going to get there and, like, stretch it out and hear the elastic crack. Like, that's what I was...
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. You're like, oh, this is done.
No, I try to, like, really... not to really think about it.
Yeah. I would say that's where I'm at right now, where I try not to think about it. I think I have 4 different bathing suits based on my confidence and body image shame spiral at the time. You know, the full coverage, the not quite a bikini, but it isn't technically in 2 pieces. The one that basically looks like a dress, and then it's going to be real hot and I'm just going to be under the water and I don't want to sunburn everywhere sort of thing. I also have a 10-minute sunburn window. So some of them do need to have sleeves because my skin sucks. But I struggle with being confident or even feeling comfortable in my own body in a swimsuit. It's always like, how can I find a way to kind of mask the areas that I don't like? So probably the last time I felt confident in a swimsuit was, probably when I was really carousing and single and, teenageness, looking for the boys to pay attention to me. And the funny thing was, the only time I really remember being confident in a bathing suit when I was on vacation, because I didn't know anybody.
So
I'm like,
absolutely.
These boys can just look because I'm on vacation. Like there's no there's no relationship that's going to happen. But the idea that boys are paying attention to me that I didn't go to school with was that only kind of justification. And it was a black bikini that I bought for that particular moment, and it paid off. And it's like, this will never happen again.
That's so interesting, though, that you say confident.
Yeah.
Like you felt confident. That's awesome. But I think also, like, you can be courageous, but maybe not confident.
Right. Yes.
Because I feel like that was me this summer, was like, I know I don't necessarily look great in this.
But you were being courageous.
But I've also come to a point where I'm like, if you don't like how I look in that kind of sounds like a you problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
there you go. That's
a better way to be at it. Yes.
And that just for me it just took age.
Yes.
It took age and getting into the fuck it 40s of like,
yes.
And sometimes I still struggle, but it is like, well, that's a you problem.
And it's
I'm fine how I am.
The more you do it, the more you can lean into that. Yeah, this sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
And I mean, we should all feel confident, but that's not how our society has set set us up.
Yes.
That's not how we've been supported and influenced.
Yes. It's also myself too. I haven't done the work on body confidence yet. Like that's pushed away.
Yeah.
I'll get to it. It's on the to-do list.
It's a big fight though. And it's a big fight against society.
Yeah.
And culture, and a lot of messages we're inundated with constantly.
Yeah. I mean, and I'll add to the fact, because I'm so pasty, almost albino white, I'm scared of blind people. The sheer sun bouncing off of this shiny reflective surface. I mean, I am worried about people's safety.
You'd fit in well over here.
Yes. That's my pasty Irish background.
Yeah, I get sunburned when I even think about going outside.
Right? Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
No, there's a meme of some people on a beach, and it was like, oh, look at that. I don't know if they say white girl,
right? Or
like,
pasty
look
white
at that
girl
in the bikini, and they're like, no, the other one, and she's so white, she blends into the sand.
Yeah. Yeah. If I didn't have freckles, this is true.
Like, I don't feel like I grew up with a whole lot of body issue, whatever. Like, I could see as I got older in school, a bunch of the girls doing stuff, especially like when school pictures came.
Right.
All the girls only had like negative things to say about their own picture. Like, I thought it was weird.
Yeah.
And like, I may not have thought I had took the best picture, but I'm not going around being like, oh,
shame spiraling or
like,
I thought tearing yourself apart.
But even I don't have like great confidence in a bathing suit.
Yeah. Yeah. This is true. All right.
It's a lot of vulnerability.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Well, let me tell you about my gal who is a rebel in a swimsuit. And this is in an era that I'm talking about where women were expected to be silent and modest.
Well, I was going to say, there's that other perspective where you might look bitchin' in a swimsuit, but you're still going to be judged.
Heavily.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So my gal decided to dive headfirst into controversy. Because she used her body as a tool for protest, a canvas for art, and a vehicle for change. So today I'm going to talk about the amazing Australian Annette Kellerman. She's very, very cool. So she's known for being a swimmer and an actress, but she's also an inventor, and she's also a body rights advocate as well. So she comes at courage at a couple of different angles here. Her growing up is interesting because she was born into a musical family. She was born on July 6, 1886 is the time period we're talking about. She was born in New South Wales, Australia. And Annette's parents established a music school, Phillip Street in Sydney, Australia. Her father played violin and her mother was a concert pianist. She doesn't play music. That's not going to be in her story at all.
But she's the ugly duckling.
There you go. And the
beautiful
swimming.
In a swimsuit. Yes.
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 So, but when Annette was 6 years old, her parents noticed a weakness in her legs. Quite possibly she had rickets because she actually had those steel braces, Forrest Gump style, to strengthen her legs. And her parents decided to enroll her in a swimming class to actually get the strength back into her legs. So her classes were at the Cavil's Baths, and this was an outdoor area in Sydney. And Frederick Cavil, was actually very famous as a trainer of many of Sydney's Olympians, swimmers, long-distance swimmers, and was extremely, had a legacy of good swimmers that came to his Lavender Bay baths to swim in. So the Cavil
Were they mainly male?
At this point? He had female classes.
Okay,
they had to be separate, and there had to be a wall.
Oh, okay.
But the women could be in classes.
Okay. But were they champions?
Eventually, yes.
Okay, sorry. So, I was just wondering how progressive this dude was. It
was when she was 15, she started competing competitively. And that was the same year that women were allowed to swim in daylight in Sydney.
Midnight dips were approved?
Apparently it was okay if they can't see you, or if you're in a class with a wall around you. But not until 1902 were women allowed to swim in the daylight where people could see them. And that's when she started swimming competitively because of Cavill's school. So it's complicated, but it's
like some witch coven shit. Just
it does.
At night.
I would be. You put me in that swim class. I am all about swimming at night with the ladies.
Yeah,
I am.
That sounds like fun.
Yes, right. That's my jam right there. So yes, so 1902, she is 15 and she has mastered all of the swimming strokes. She had won her first race. Her mom decided to move to Melbourne. She actually, she was going to be a private and public teacher to kind of the elite over there. So it was a good opportunity. And so Annette went with her. So in Melbourne, Annette started showcasing her swimming and her diving skills. She performed as a mermaid in a glass tank in the aquarium.
Nice.
Oh.
So yes, if there's any mermaid fans out there, yeah, you're going to love Annette.
I kind of feel like we should bring this back. I'm just saying. Nothing against anybody, no going back in history, but why don't we have women mermaid tanks anymore?
They are in Florida. I've seen a documentary.
Yeah. They still have them, but I feel like there's probably rife with some kind of troublesome sexism and badness.
Correct. No, there is. And maybe a little bit of meth.
Some like feminist, empowered mermaid tanks, please.
Yes. I think that would be a great idea.
Women's only midnight mermaid tanks.
We are creating a whole new side tussle, and I'm liking it.
Called it first.
The early 1900s, their swimsuits were still like wool.
Yes.
So did she have like a wool mermaid flipper?
I think.
Oh my goodness.
She did not, but it was a costume, and so. Yeah, it's that she was pushing boundaries 100%.
It's probably made of fiberglass.
Yeah, she was also swimming in daylight.
Fire.
Yeah, exactly.
The sun.
But she's underwater, so, less flammable.
Glass.
I like it. Well, when she's 19 years old, she tries to swim across the English Channel. She had 3 failed attempts before she said, I had the endurance, but not the brute strength. So this was in 1905 when she tried to swim it. It would be 1926 before the first woman accomplished it. And Bonnie has a painting right behind her on my screen because Bonnie has talked about her on the podcast. Gutrid, what is it? Elderly? Yeah. Edderly? Yes.
Emily.
It's another one of those. I wrote it down phonetically and I'm probably fucking it up. But yes. So that podcast is out there. Gertrude, the glorious, actually finished by swimming the English Channel.
Like a TV movie. No, with Daisy Riley playing her.
Oh, yes. I watched Naiad, which is not
I think
her.
it is. Yeah.
And then I need to watch the Daisy Ridley one because, yes, exactly. Oh, I love it.
I mean, was it because Annette was pulling 20 pounds of wool behind her across the channel?
Probably.
That's exactly where I'm going. So while she was in England and while she was doing these, not only the English Channel, but also endurance swims in the Seine and in the Thames and in the Danube, she started wearing a men's cotton one-piece swimsuits. So it's a one-piece and it's very body clinging, but it helped her with these endurance races. And a lot of those endurance races, she was swimming against men. She was swimming, she was one of the few women that were in it. Because if women swam in public, you're right, they wore a big, thick material, but a lot of times it was about covering the legs. Like wearing pantaloons or wearing like a dress-like covering in the water. It just bulked them down to be able to.
Obviously,
it was a drag. It was a drag in more ways than one.
Yes,
literal.
Right.
And so Annette said, fuck that. I'm just going to wear the men's cotton one piece. And she started wearing them in public in her performances. And she would be showing her bare arms and her bare thighs. Can you believe it? Oh,
I'm kind of scandalized right now.
This is very true. Do you guys like showing your bare arms and your bare thighs in 2025? Because I have feelings.
You know what?
Just to the elbow.
To the elbow. Okay.
If I was trying to get across the fucking channel,
yes,
I would show my bare everything.
Right, exactly. Yes. Minimal drag.
But going to Forest Park Pool, maybe not.
Right.
But yeah, it depends on the day.
I go with the sunburn factor, honestly. That's really where it kind of... Well, I can tell you how one whole town and how the royals felt about her showing her bare arms and her bare legs. So in 1907, Annette showed up in Boston at the Revere Beach in her one piece, and she was arrested for public indecency.
Of course.
I did read this might have been a publicity stunt, but it did make her very, very famous. It was a very crucial bit of the movie that was based on her life. And also, it really did get people talking about women's autonomy, women's wearing a one-piece bathing suit, like what women wear when they go swimming, and how different it is from the dudes. So whether it was a publicity stunt or not, it did get people talking. And then also around this same time, Queen Elizabeth's dad, he also had some feelings about Annette's swimsuit. So he was at that point the Prince of Wales, not the Charles one that we think of, but the Prince of Wales. He was going to attend one of her performances in England, and Annette was going to be wearing her one piece with the bare arms and the bare thighs for, all the royals to see. When she was told it is unacceptable to be wearing this in front of a royal audience. So what she did is she sewed stockings into her swim shorts. So she was still showing body, but she was fully covered. And that is one of the more famous pictures that you will see of her, because the photos of her one-piece bathing suit started going around the world. So once the royals see it, and once Boston apparently sees it, they're all gonna see it. So her swimsuit became very, very famous. She was known at one point as the one-piece bathing suit girl. And then copycat swimsuits would also be named after her. People would say the Annette Kellerman or the Kellerman suit, and they would know what you were talking about. They would know that it's a one-piece bathing suit. She even was an entrepreneur and made her own line. Different variations on the short of the arms, the little bit of the cap sleeve, variations on how short the shorts were, if they were full body. Yes, so she went in. So with all of this, Broadway and Hollywood came calling, because she's a hot girl in a bathing suit. Just a matter of time. So she did a swim show called an Aquacade.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what? Okay, but it's basically just like a stage with a, swimming pool in it, and you do a little synchronized swimmingness. So she did an Aquacade on Broadway. She also did a water ballet in a glass tank in the New York Hippodrome. The Hippodrome actually had two water pools in the front of it at the get-go where there could be water performances. So she did that too. So in movies, it's the very early days of movies. So she was a lot of firsts because, movies are just starting. So you end up being the first of things. So she was the first actress to wear a mermaid costume in a movie. It was a 1911 film called, you guessed it, The Mermaid. Very easy to find it. She was also in the very first $1 million production, and that was called The Daughter of the Gods. And in that film, she was the first to be fully naked, but strategically covered by very long hair in areas.
You know what? I'm looking at pictures of her, and I appreciate her strong swimmer thighs. Good for her.
She is a Venus de Milo type.
Yes.
She's got, or Marilyn Monroe type. She's thick, but she hot.
Yeah.
Very true.
Strong.
Yes. She's got that swimmer's body, but she's not a small lady.
No.
When people would call her perfect, she'd be like from the neck down. She didn't like her face. She didn't feel like her face was as beautiful as her body. And I was like, girl. Sure. So about this film where she's naked in, because it'll always come up like, oh, she's the first woman ever to be naked on film. So the film was inspired by the birth of Venus, hence the nakedness. It's also a ripoff from a David Belasco play, Darling of the Gods. And he's the guy who did Madame Butterfly, so as a one-act play. So instead of feudal Japan, which David wrote about, this was about Atlantis. Do you see where I'm going? She's a mermaid. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. She's Venus de Milo and she's a mermaid. So, and I'm also telling you all this because there is no copy of this movie. It does not exist anymore. There is only the still shots of her naked. Because that's the way Hollywood works. We'll remember that. But not the rest of it. There was also a lawsuit. It wasn't Annette's fault, but there was a whole bunch of copy infringement. That's also why it doesn't exist anymore. Hollywood's terrible. But Annette was in 12 movies. Most of them were about the water. She would do her own stunts. She would make her own costumes. She undoubtedly paved the way for Esther Williams, right? Esther Williams is always in those movie musicals where she's in the water. She's in a swimsuit. Esther Williams made many water-based movies. In fact, The $1 Million Mermaid, have you guys ever heard of this musical movie? That is based on Annette's life. So The $1 Million Mermaid is all about Annette. And even in the trailer, it says based on the incomparable, immortal, I think is the word they used, immortal Annette Kellerman. And it has the whole big scene of where she's arrested in Boston for wearing a swimsuit. So, yeah. Annette was also a writer and a published author. She wrote books and pamphlets. We're back to pamphlets again.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Hey.
And she wrote them about swimming, but she also wrote them about beauty. And she was very body positive. She celebrated strength and movement and health in women's bodies. She didn't care what it looked like. It was about being able to move the body. It was about being healthy in the body. It was about being strong in the body. And this is also near the end of the Victorian era, where women were supposed to be modest and frail and submissive. And she was just not fucking having it. So her influences around the world about body positivity was a movement, and it was way ahead of its time. It was that idea that women had the right to control how they looked, what they dressed, and how they moved in the world. Her performances in an underwater ballet, whether it was on film or whether it was on stage, it combined that art, but also the athleticism. And that was never seen before, to combine those two things. I am, no secret, a huge fan of combining two things and making something new. In the writing class that I teach, I call it the union of opposites. And so Annette Kellerman is very much to me that union of opposites, that strength and athleticism and that art and gracefulness that comes from it as well. She found swimming to heal her legs and to give her strength. And then she gave women to see the strength in their own bodies as beautiful and strong and an instrument for positive change. This is my little preaching post. She took the act of swimming, which was illegal for women to do in the daylight, remember?
Wow.
And she celebrated it and made it art and also made it an athletic pursuit. That's very difficult to do all those things. Yeah. She gave us the foundation of the modern swimsuit. We wouldn't have had the modern swimsuit as fast as we did if it wasn't for her. But she gave us much more than a swimsuit, to which we are problematic about. She gave us that courage to see that the perception of a woman's body can transform from frailty to strength just by being yourself. Like, she didn't care. She's like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to need to look like this to do this thing. I don't care. Get over yourself. And I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
She also showed us that our body isn't something that needs to be covered in heavy layers or be ashamed of. So, thanks for that. So, going still on my preaching point, still to this day, Your Honor. Some of us who don a swimsuit in public are performing an act of courage, that battle between ourselves and the culture. A piece of fabric that is written in rebellion, like she created it to be rebellious, but it also transformed into an unattainable beauty myth as well. We know the beauty pageant swimsuit portion is not the sole embodiment of the swimsuit, but we do think about it every now and again. But that's not the way that Annette Kellerman actually made it famous. That wasn't her reason behind it. When she put on her one piece and showed those arms and showed those legs and showed those curves, she also showed that strength and that courage of her own body, that oneness with the water, that the currents like push against her. And she showed the world what courage looks like. She was embodying the struggle that women feel over and over and over again, which is, how can I be comfortable in my own body? And that's what I got from Annette Kellerman. Sorry, I got a little, I was really feeling in my feelings when I was putting this together.
I don't know how.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would about it. I'm like, oh, swimsuit. I want to dive into this. And then I'm like, oh my God. I feel a kinship and I hate swimsuits most of the time.
I don't know how this ties in. Maybe you can bring it home for me. But I have to say, one of the things I love about swimming, especially with my husband, Josh, is in almost every situation, physically, he's more capable than me. But when we get in the water, I'm the capable one.
Oh, look at that.
So I don't know. I mean, I know there's some women that aren't proficient in swimming.
Yeah.
And there's some men that are amazing swimmers.
Sure. Yeah.
But I want to say there's got to be something about the water that's a little bit of an equalizer, because some of us do know how to swim, some of us don't. So there's probably some women that are badass bitches in the water, and there's some men that don't know how to swim.
Right.
So very easily a woman could be stronger and more competent than a man in the water.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can be hard to find those places for women. So I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe that resistance makes us stronger or brings something out of us with that resistance of the current. Yeah.
And I think it's remembering, there's places where you can feel strong and you can feel the courage. Not everybody's is going to be in the water.
Yep.
Very few of us, it's going to be wearing the swimsuit.
Right. Exactly. Yep. This is true. But maybe it is. And we need people
for Annette,
where it is.
Both.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Amazing.
I love her. Dun, dun, dun. Jackie, were you going to say something? You were leaning in like, damn it.
I was leaning in. No, it's just, it was fascinating because I didn't know anything about her, but to see, like you said, that transition from, she didn't intend for it to become this discomfort for us years later. Not at all. That wasn't it at all. And so it is quite fascinating to see how that transitioned, how society transitioned it.
How it started as a form of rebellion, and then what did we do with it? Maybe we bring it back to
that? Yeah. Well, absolutely.
Well, obviously it was always sexualized, because that's why they didn't want her doing it. That's why we're going to sexualize her body.
Yeah, it was the easiest way to destroy her, because, she did hold some records. She was pretty good at what she did.
But what was she wearing?
What was she wearing, though? A mermaid costume. A mermaid.
All right. Feminist Mermaid Midnight Club.
I like it. Yeah. The Midnight Swimmers Club.
I'm there.
Opening soon.
I like this.
I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I spent most of my youth in the pool putting on shows, mermaid shows. So I've pretty much been prepping for this.
This is your moment
most of the time,
as I hit my microphone.
Yeah,
this
moment
is
to shine.
Exactly. Your foundational Katie-ness. Sorry, too many martinis.
Oh yeah.
It's okay.
Teach us your ways.
Yeah.
Yes, you're all your students.
Yeah. All kinds of moves. Let's get together.
All right. Well, before the opening day of Katie's Midnight Swimming Club,
yeah,
should I wrap us up for the month?
Yeah, I think probably you should rein us in a little.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So that wraps us up for Courage Month. Join us next month as we share stories of personal change within our rebel era. The rebellion starts with us, so the personal change is the spark that we need to get it started. So thanks for listening. Sweet. And then I will hit that button. Dun, dun, dun. Although my mouth. That's another chapter in our Rebel era. Thanks for being here. If you loved learning about women's history today, don't stop. Discover even more wise gals and untold stories at galsguide.org. Until next time, keep sharing women's stories.